Good tonight, yeah. Little, you make me feel good tonight, yeah. Anita, yeah. Anita, yeah. Big it up, and then we're going to be okay. So, but not Mohindo. Martin Iloko. So, Claude Matumbo. Mr. Lighty, Studio Acacia. Cleopatra. Elsie Dima. Adishope. My baby, where were you? You got me so confused. You know I look for you. My love for you is true. DJ, I'm true. Well, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. And Facebook, just so you know, I own no right to the song that has been playing in the background. We are going to have a ball this afternoon. Share the video, invite a few friends so that we can together have a great time this beautiful Thursday afternoon. Oh man, don't begin LD, live in Lexington. I didn't see you yesterday, my man. Where were you? Housemate family, Monka Pussy, Abu Bebeto Fofana. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Father God, as always, want to give you praise. Want to say a big thank you for giving us another chance at life on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. Lord Jesus, you woke us up this morning. You've gotten us on our feet. With that, we just want to say thank you. Others are in the hospitals. Others can't walk and talk, but you're giving us a second chance at life. With that, we want to say thanks. We want to magnify your name. In the name of Jesus, we have given thanks. Amen. Folks. Some call him the mastermind, the doctor of love, the medicine of the microphone, the broadcast commissioner. He doesn't eat iron, but he's definitely stronger than the lion. Share the video, invite a few friends, become a subscriber, so that the next time we come on, you can subsequently get that instant notification. Okay? Basi Yomplo. Se congruya e pelea. You only know Zomo, Zooni one ye mad double. Boro blae, pare call your Boro say, Abariago, Amane. Amani Akoja. Mesdames, Messieurs, Messieurs, je vous dis bon après-midi. Merci pour votre contribution. Félicitations. Et Abidjan, à Boboté, à Djamé, Marc Horizon 4. Big brother Brucey Myers is in the building. Africa's media dobido extraordinaire. The media mogul creator, Astro the Giant. Then now you know me call it. Welcome. My love for you is true. DJ, I'm true. Today on the field, the political soccer game today, folks, I'm telling you, it's going to be very interesting. I will be able to tell you why Stanton Ed Witherspoon has a soft spot for Councillor Musa Dane. I will tell you this afternoon why Stanton Ed Witherspoon has a soft spot for Musa Dane. Musa Dane, under his watch as Justice Minister, the 3 missing boys are dead. The auditors are dead. Thomas Dornan is gone. Mambudu Vlad Nyimpan is gone. Melvin Early is gone. Matthew Ennis is gone. Honor this murder den, Musa murder den. And George Weah is trying to send Musa Den as an associate justice to the Supreme Court of Liberia. This is not good for Liberia, and this is not good for the people of Liberia. And Stanton A. Witherspoon, I will tell you why he has a sore spot for Musa Den. Share the video, invite a few friends. Very shortly, we're going to play you the national anthem for both teams. We come up with a lineup and start this very interesting political soccer game. Let's have fun.
My baby, where were you? You got me so confused. You know I look for you. My love for you is true. DJ, I'm true. I don't swap you, you know, hello, NWE worldwide. Hello, can you go? Hello, Trump name. Hello, can you go? Hello, Sisiko. Hello, can you go? Hello, Petit Afan, Tanzania. Hello, can you go? Golo, Axel, Golo, Golo, Delicious Entertainment, Canada. Anita, my sweetheart, Josephine, Anita, my sweetheart, Eddie Cadeno.
And that's right. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the political soccer game. At this time, we'll play you the national anthem for the both teams, starting up with the Strangers. Oh, man. Are you there? Are you ready to have fun this afternoon?
Yo. No way, one to us, yo. Na olo, yo. Finaso mo, yo. Na olo, yo. Finaso mo, yo. Man, we speak yo. Yo. No way, one to us, yo. Na olo, yo. Finaso mo, yo. Na olo, yo. Finaso mo, yo. Man, we speak
I will be coming to you shortly to ask you to renew for a second time the mandate that you gave me 6 years ago.
We say we. And that's the anthem for the Strangers. Let us now take a listen to the anthem for the Republic of Liberia.
I want to tell you thank you plenty for voting for the rescue mission. Y'all thank you, yeah, my people, y'all thank you. Y'all did well.
Thank you very much.
Y'all thank you, thank you. Liberia people, thank you for voting for us. Y'all thank you, thank you. Rescue mission say thank you for voting for us. Y'all thank you, thank you. JB say thank you for voting for us. Y'all thank you, thank you. JKK say thank you for voting for us. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Rescue Mother say thank you for voting for us. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Rescue and they say thank you for voting for us. Yeah, thank you, God, thank you, eh. 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 God, thank you, eh.
And that's the national anthem for the Republic of Liberia. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, grab something to drink, invite a few friends so that we can together have a blast this afternoon at the SKD Sports Complex, where the Lone Star of Liberia takes on Societal Hills. You know, my girl was telling me this morning, maybe you be yelling too much. You're lying this Liberian politics to get to you, you know. Take time before you lose a voice, and that's it, baby. This voice is a gift, you know, from the men above. I know that many years ago when I went through my medical challenge, I lost my voice and lost my mobility. But with the grace of God, I regained everything. You know, with that, we just want to continue to say thank you to him. Mr. Martin Tiagoba is in the building. I'm a friend. Cyril Abiraj. Abu Bebeto Fofana, Bruce Myers, and the rest of the crew continue to share the video. Very shortly, we're going to start the lineup for both teams. And I'm telling you, man, this afternoon, we've got some interesting players. But just before we go to the lineup, Miss Mawani Dix took a journalist to court this morning. As a matter of fact, the court ordered the arrest of the journalist. And this kid celebrates his birthday tomorrow. But within no time, the kid was released. Why did the court order the arrest of journalist Sekou Sharif? You know, we as journalists, we are very curious. And we are so curious to the point we wonder whether or not the milk talked to the cheese in the refrigerator. So I saw the promo yesterday alleging that Mawani Dix owns 15 homes in metropolitan Detroit. And the kid said he was going to talk about it this morning on his show. So when I got home from work, late in the middle of the night, took a shower, got something to eat. At 3 o'clock this morning, my time, by 8 o'clock in Liberia, and I went to his website. And I asked her to listen to the kid. And boy, this kid has some interesting things to say about Mawani Dix. You know, that's why we are here. If you don't hear some things, we'll make you hear them. So it is our responsibility to take out the trouble to go and look for them, you know. But I would just give you a little gist of what this kid said about Mawani Dix this morning on his platform. Take a listen. Okay, we're trying to reposition the audio here.
Please play more soccer to be a triple champion. I play more soccer. Please play more soccer to be a triple champion. I play more soccer. Please play more soccer to be a triple champion.
We're gonna get back to that later on. But in the meantime, I want to bring you the lineup now for both teams. If you just joining us, don't be selfish this afternoon. Share the video, invite a few friends, and let's together have a great time. And this afternoon on the field, ladies and gentlemen, we got some new players that we will be telling you about, and these players are very dangerous. These players are not good for Liberia. We have criminal coercion. Criminal coercion is one of the players, one of the new players we have on the field this morning or this afternoon. We also have blackmailer, sexual harassment, corruption, bushmeat, state ordered on the confirmation of Mossadegh, state ordered on the inauguration of Joseph Newman Boycott on January the 22nd. And folks, I'm telling you now, after the Unity Party filed that rate of prohibition, the CDC, through the Secretary General, Jefferson Koji, not this it, I heard him this morning on one of the local radio stations in Liberia saying they are going to file their own rate of prohibition too, asking the Supreme Court to place a stay order on the inauguration of Joseph Newman Boycott. I mean, what kind of country is this? What is wrong with these people? On the field this afternoon, we also have Sikofan, Job Hopper Jones, and we have Dick Hole Coverhole, Greedy Hunter, aka George Ware, the Ascension King Kong, aka Samuel D. Toy. Conflict of interest is also the play of this afternoon. Then we have Grudge, Evil Killer, River Says Gorilla, aka Bill Twawe. Leprosy Baboon is warming up also. Then we have the Magibi twins, McGill and Nukwe. Then we also have Sean Alone, Opion King Kong, the Conquer Gossiper, Identity Theft, the Land D Swapper. Folks, this game is interesting this afternoon. We can't do this by ourselves. You can't just enjoy this game by yourself, so you have to invite a few friends on this field. But first, before this game kicks out, let me briefly tell you why Stanton A. Waterspoon has a soft spot for Mossadegh. And just so you know, whatever transpired between Stanton and I is in the past. I forgive the man and everything is over. As a matter of fact, I think you saw me quite recently when I appeared on his radio station. Because we have what they call empathy. Everybody was going after this boy. And I say, you know what? Sometimes in life you deserve a second chance. So I reached out to him. I said, my man, I'm praying for you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to come on and lend you some support. So I went on his station and said some good things about him. But sometimes in life you have to be humble. You don't destroy or you don't attempt to destroy other people because you have access to the media. Don't do that. And the reason why Stanton Waterspoon has a soft spot for Mossadegh Stanton didn't know Musa Dane from anywhere. When Musa was teaching at the law school, we were in our early days of journalism at KISS FM, DC 101 ELBC. And those were our big brothers. Before this government, I had a lot of respect for Musa Dane. But when George Weah came to power, I started to see a very strange side of Musa Dane. That is not in the interest of the Liberian people. And this is just not so fair for Liberia and the people of Liberia. George Weah took over as president in January 2018. February 18, I was in Liberia. And people, Ashra can look for a job. No, it wasn't the case. I went to establish what would not go down in history as Spoon TV. The first person I went to was my personal lawyer, Sai. Then a guy called Jake Kabakoli toasted and said, I got a lawyer that can do everything. So Jake gave me Musa's number and I went to Musa Dane. And I'm just giving you play-by-play as to why Stanton Witherspoon has a soft spot for Musa Dane. Musa Dane has just been announced Minister of Justice. So, Musa Dane drafted the article of incorporation for Spoon TV, Spoon Network. I am telling you, in my presence, I'm sitting across the decks from Musa Dane as he was drafting the article of incorporation. He drafted it, and we took it to the business registry, went to the information ministry. Eugene Nangwe said, man, the Ashra got to be giving George Weah a hard time and stuff like that. Musa didn't place a call. He said, has an interest. We got our license from the Ministry of Information. Then we went to LTA. The chairman at the LTA, my friend and big brother, Alvin Brown. If I tell you, from the information ministry to the LTA to all those people who in his government, most of them grew up listening to me. So when I go to Liberia, I'm living with these people because first I commend the respect, and I built my character over the years. So when they hear my name, they all know that the giant is coming. So Alvin Brown give us the frequency to operate Spoon. Based on that, Spoon will just have a sore spot for Musa Dane, despite the fact of what Musa Dane is overseeing under our watch in this country for the last 6 years. No amount of friendship. And that's why no man born of woman will scare me, because the same way you put on your pants one leg at a time, we all do the same. And what this anger against George Weah by Stanton Witherspoon. Stanton Witherspoon when an RPD to import rights in Liberia. Stanton Witherspoon wanted to build street lights from RIA to ELWA Junction. Don't say how you know, because I sat in those meetings at the former LPMC, now Lacrat. I met with the managing director and the two deputies. And for the first time, that's when I went into the Freeport and saw how the guys can bring rice. First, you have to have at least 2 or 3 shipments in advance. And that costs a lot of money. You see some people with IPD, but they can't import rice because it's not an easy task. It's a very tough piece of job. There's this lady that flew with me from New Jersey to Liberia. She was the then CEO working along with me for the establishment of Spoon. So before we got to Liberia, we were at the offices of Stanton, and time was getting ready for us to go to the airport to New York. But to your surprise, Stanton and this girl were talking man, woman secret, just before we left. And the reason why I'm saying this thing is, you can't just when you hear something that people go and investigate. I don't know the public works minister. I got to know the head of the National Road Fund through marriage. This young lady has impeccable credentials. Very smart young lady. And she started having passion for work in government at a very young age when she came out of school. Every school she went to, she came top of her class. Mrs. Josita Winto. She's a wife, a mother, somebody who loves what she does. She started at the Ministry of State. And when I hear things about people, I don't just go on the radio and say them. I investigate. So I managed to get in contact with this lady. When I listen to the lady talk, and mind you, now she's coming on Breeze Radio very soon. When I listen to this lady talk and listen to one of the panelists on Spoon, a very fine young man by the name of Prince, what's his name? Prince Maxwell. I don't know this kid, but he's very bright. The kid started to tell Stanton about the credentials of this young lady. Not only is she smart, but she comes with integrity. Impeccable credentials. And she loves what she does. When you find out about irregularities on the road fund, first you investigate. When did this start? Because you had a guy who was the head of road fund for 5 years, Boniface Satu. Most of the contracts that you are talking about now are contracts that go as far back as 2-3 years ago. Miss Winto took up the assignment in May of last year. In fact, when she went for her confirmation hearing, she was carrying her now baby boy. So after she took one, not too long, she had to go for maternity leave. And even at that, while she's away, she's still working. She's still working. We are going to have auditors in that country. When she is implicated in some of the corrupt practices at the National Road Fund, we will talk about it. But one of the first things she did when she went there, she did internal audit, which the GAC has. So John Molu or whatever Molu, anybody that has it in them to audit these people, you come with your facts and audit. If anybody is caught, we will expose them, because corruption will be things of the past, according to Joseph Human Boyka. But at the same time, we shouldn't come and start to attempt to destroy people. When you have not called them, you have not spoken to them, you just go on hearsay. You just go on what is on paper and just assume that these people are bad. Now, I said that about Josita Winter, the popular Westminster. Long before this government, I'm told, had construction contracts with the previous government. And they made a lot of money. So for people to say people were broke, they never had anything, we gotta be careful. And again, we are embracing the audit that is coming for all of these people. The records will show. You can't hide the record. And when they are involved, trust me, we will expose them. But stop trying to say, oh, the woman got a job because of some favor. You talking about somebody who graduated top of the class according to, then they went to Colorado State University. This is a young lady who graduated from college within 2.5 years. 2.5 years. She had to stay the other half to make it 3 years because she wanted to still experience college life. That's how smart this young lady is. And she's coming to British Radio. She said, Mr. Gali, I've been quiet so long. My name has been dragged in the mud. And you know, in the labyrinth setting, when people talk about you like this, if you don't say anything, just assume it's true. And this practice has got to stop. It's got to stop. Back to the field of play. The ball comes to Opion King Kong. Opion King Kong looks around where he making, no, he doesn't. The ball has been taken away quickly. Number at Congo Gospel back to Opion King Kong on the jealousy. Jealousy moving deep behind of the field, then to Job Hopo Joe. Listen, the stay order that was imposed on Musa Den from the Supreme Court of Liberia and Vanish Sherman, who in my book will go down in history as one of the worst things that ever happened to this country. The Vanish Sherman, the Edwin Snow, the Morris Etuma, and then they know they are not coming back. So every little chance they have, they want to protect and confirm the criminal den, the murder den, the Musa den. From Matthew Innes, Gifty Naman, Abba Peters, Batu Nyunswa, Melvin Earler, now Thomas Donan. These guys are trying to destroy, or they have destroyed a lot of evidence because they can't make statement. And God and Musa Den to stall some of this fight against corruption. George Weah wants him to go to the Supreme Court. And we are watching those senators. Now, the ones who are gone after the 15 will not be back. I don't give a damn about them. But if you love your country, if you love your people, do the right thing. Listening this morning after the Unity Party people fired out rate of prohibition, Pipi Pa Koji got on the radio and said they are going to file a rate of prohibition to issue stay order on the inauguration of Joseph Newman Boycott. Are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me? Is that what is that what it is now? You attempted to govern for 6 years. You didn't do what you said you were going to do, and you are threatening the people now to cause trouble in the country. And Koji, just so you know, I double dare you, boy. I double dare you. Try anything stupid, as if the sanction is not enough. And having said that, Joseph Newman Boycott has a lot of work to do. According to Mr. Boycott, he wants one term to put Liberia on the foundation. He's coming to set up that foundation. So the corruption, the rule of law, all of those fine things that he said, we are hoping that he does them. And that's why Bridge TV will be here for you. In the event where Boycott does well, we'll talk about it. In the event where he missed the mark, we'll also talk about it. You have lawmakers who in the budget get paid every month in the tune of $7,000 to $10,000 every month. Then the staffers at the Capitol, they ain't get paid for Christmas. They ain't get paid for the holidays. The people have family members. They have to go on strike. They have to protest. Why every 3 months the staffers at the Capitol will have to protest for their own money? But on the other hand, you are getting paid. Do you really think this is fair? And some of you live in some of the industrialized countries around the world. You know, when your payday comes and you don't get paid, that's trouble. But why? Why would you do this to your own people? So back to the issue of Mawani Dix, folks. And I still maintain that Mawani Dix is polite. She's very friendly. She loves to shake from the waist below. She's very corrupt. And the difference between Mawani Dix and George Weah is that Mawani Dix is very smart from the chest above, but very weak from the waist below. On the other hand, George Weah is very smart from the waist below and empty from the chest above. That's the difference. Mawani Dix, Commerce Minister, under her watch, we can't give a kind of $11 million. When she served as Deputy Minister of the Foreign Affairs, she signed up on the seal of the Embassy of Liberia in Belgium. So come on. She owned a lot of property. Do you know how many years it would take some of the Aborigines, the American people, or people who work hard in this country to own more than one property? But this girl owns several properties. Within 6 years, as official of the government of Liberia under George Weah. Now, the culture of blackmailing in Liberia has got to stop also. When we work as journalists in Liberia, I speak for myself, my paycheck was $10 United States dollars. But we did our job with passion. We didn't go blackmailing people. This culture that I got something on you, and if you don't give me something, then I will talk it. You see me when I come on here and say what I have to say. I'm pissed off the way the people treat the country. I ain't got time to call my girl, my one in D's, or all the people and say, and give me something. If you don't give me, I will talk. No, that's not how journalism works. But this kid, they called Sekou Sharif. It is alleged now that he was secretly recall people and threaten them and say, I get something on you. If you ain't give me something, I will talk it. So my one in D's, one of her complaints was coercion, criminal coercion, harassment, and blackmail. And when it comes to blackmailing, the Henry Costa and them, they're all involved in this thing. They will come and send people to people and say, go tell that man I got something on him. If he doesn't do this, I will destroy him. Tomani George, who speaks as if he started talking for the first time when he turned 12 years old, it's all involved into blackmailing. You remember when they left from Spoon? They all decided to leave. And Tomani George, out of criminal coercion and blackmail, said to Dr. Richardson, we got something on you. If you don't leave with us, we will talk it. And this new year, to me, the lady of the year is Dr. Francine Richardson. I don't know her like that, but the stand she took, and she said no amount of blackmailing will make me leave from here with threats. And she remained on that platform. The Americans don't succumb to blackmailing. Meanwhile, I say in the back and I say in the front. The moment you come to me and say, I got something on you, that the meantime will start bombarding you, I want you to talk it. Whatever you have on me, talk it. Because the culture of blackmail. Now, it is good now, Sekou Sharif, it is good to expose Mawani Diggs. But when she mentioned criminal coercion and blackmail, that sounds to me that you were trying to extract something from her so that you can't talk or expose her. And if you did that, it's bad. It's bad for journalism. Don't do that. We all know that these people are good for nothing. They don't mean well for the country. That's why in less than 3 weeks, they will be gone. And I spoke on behalf of Josita Winto like this because, first off, she's a mother and a wife, somebody who is educated, somebody who means well for the country, somebody who has integrity. We didn't go asking her for anything, but we saw somebody that name being damaged here without you making your investigation. When I appear on Spoon, do you know how many people call me and say, my man, how much Stenton gave you for you to appear? No. Ask Stenton. The nonsense Stenton said about Asset Jackson, the nonsense he said about Henry Costa, that Henry Costa can go to him to fix his car, to pay his rent, to buy him burger for his children. When Tomani George lived at the mercy of Stenton Waterspoon, listen, 2-3 years ago, I was at the lowest in my life. I could go to Stenton and say, give me $10,000-$20,000 because I introduced that ball to the media. But sometimes you got to keep your pride. Go ask Stenton. Stenton will never in his life attack me and say, I go ask him for something. No. Whatever I did for Stenton was done on a professional basis. And I didn't even know, if anybody was going to tell me that Stenton was going to get in trouble because of wire fraud or studying fake like a nursing degree, I was gonna say what? But the only thing I thought you were gonna get in trouble in was woman business and gambling. Stanley can spend $30,000 in 10 minutes at the casino. The boy ain't got respect for money. Stanley will do that. I didn't see this coming at all. You know, the ball loves women. Stanton, you know, like better picking now, you know, he not street smart at that. So when he sees a girl that has a very intimidating personality, he doesn't know what to say. So you use the catch violence, you know. When we were cool, we used to call Stanton Bingo. The man would say what's up. Julian, why a man would pay like, you know, $20 for Stanton would spend $1,000, $5,000. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know if he loved the same sex. I don't know, because when I around him, the band, he let a woman business, he let a gambling. Maybe now, when they change his sleeping place at the end of this month, he will change now to the other side. Then that one part, we don't know. But the kid I know, he love women, love to have good time, he love to go in the casino. So, Stanton and George Weah, Stanton wanted to befriend George Weah. George Weah, for some reason, saying the man, the head of a man. Because George Weah let Jube in there, Stanton let Jube in there. First of all, the bus stop there. So, this lady that went to Liberia, listen, first, when Stanton took the trip with me to Liberia, you know, we do all the good things in America. Then when it comes to our country, then we treat our country the trash. We went to New York. We declared $85,000. Give our people where to take to Liberia. We went to Liberia. The assistant minister of state, Emmanuel James Pollard, the ball was on the 10 mark to pick us up. No immigration whatsoever. We went straight through to town. Then a lady now that is also in the same trouble, we took the trip to Liberia with $300,000. The same thing. Went through the tarmac. James Potter brought a minister, a state official SUV. We got inside straight through the town. When Stanton were friends with Weah. And one of the reasons why when I look at her, he said, my man Ashford, you're not putting more in the president. I said, no. My own journalist said, well, don't work like that. If George Weah does well, I'll talk it. If he misbehave, I will also talk it. And people don't control me when it comes to my utterances on the radio. No, you don't do that. You don't do that to me. And he didn't like that. Similarities, differences between George Weah and Stanton. We would keep that for tomorrow, Friday, to end the football game. Friday night. What George Weah and Stanton have in common. I know Stanton a crewman, Weah a crewman. Stanton let Joe, Weah let Joe. Stanton is a narcissist, Weah is a narcissist. So, I mean, more of those tomorrow afternoon when we come. Tonight, folks, we are going to play host. And that's a reason. It's very strategic that we're doing this thing. We have a show at midday and fire. Then we take a break. Then we come back at night and climax. So that when the booth shake, then fire will blaze. This new year, this 2024, we're not taking it easy. So, tonight, former City Council member Winfred Russell of Minnesota will be our special guest tonight, where I will be joined by the host of panelists as we invite Winfred Russell to Bridge Radio Africa tonight at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The Liberian people that asked to tune in so that we can have fun. Kalon Zai, how are you? Lofa Derek. Menston boy, listen, yeah, I'm picking on my boy. But sometimes it's okay to go after people but have the facts. You know, but we'll be talking about the new administration, Liberia of the past, the present, the present, and of course the future. So Winfred Russell was in Liberia when Liberia was bombing. In fact, we used to call him Beta D. Russell. Beta D. Russell used to team up with Charles Russell on Die for Music back in the day. You know, when we were really used to jam Saturday morning, Die for Music with Charles Russell and Beta D. Russell, who will now go on to become a scholar and a professor. You know, yeah, in these United States of America, he ran to become a mayor. He was not successful, but he served as city council member here in one of the biggest districts or cities in Minnesota, Brooklyn Park. So he will be coming to tell us what are some of the works that he did for Liberians living here in the diaspora and the African diaspora community at large. So Winfred Russell will be our guest tonight on Bridge TV Africa. You might just want to tell friends, plan to listen so that we can together have a great time tonight on Bridge Radio. Bill and Dole, Tony and Brooks, Laveto Sharif, Sandra Witherspoon, and Bulut Aisha Kowu Howard, Dempster Greer, Stephen Tukwa, Louis Gogbon, my big brother, Bruce Myers, in fact, my former vice principal and history teacher at the Washington High School. Very smart man. That man will see you one time. You call your name to him, he know your name for life. I don't know how he did that. Some people are just very smart. Mr. Myers knew everybody by name in the school. If you went to Western, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. Raymond Clark, Bamuya Dukle, Othello Grisby, Shitty Boone, Petrina Wimble. But listen up, my people, there's you know, you seeing Liberia Christmas line now. They say the line not go. So that'll do small fundraiser to put some fuel oil in the generator. You know, they Bolu Aisha get quit to she quit to spend money. I see Dempster Greer, he said quit to spend money. And I see Petrina also. So, you know, the Liberian will say, any data what they can pull a fire. And you see the low $5 and $10 that you give on this platform. After we finish working hard, then we come to our first love, which is the microphone. And this is what we do. You know, I'd rather ask you for this than to go get involved into extortion or blackmailing, which is, listen, I don't know how some of these guys sleep at night. You know? I don't know how to do that. You know? So we are trying to raise my money to buy fuel for the generator so that we'll get back on the field this afternoon. In the meantime, we see player the Bushmeat. Bushmeat is a very dangerous player. I know some is wondering what is my Bushmeat. Bushmeat is that people go to the dealerships, they buy these very expensive and luxurious cars. And after 1 or 2 payments, then they ship the cars to Africa, Liberia to be specific. You have You have a president who is riding a $500,000 car. It is alleged now that that car is a bushmate.
Please play Mosaka to be a triple champion. I play Mosaka. Please play Mosaka to be a triple champion.
So that's bushmate for you. You got all the country money. But as if it's not enough, then you have to be riding stolen cars in the name of big shops. You know, and that's what bushmeat is all about. So bushmeat, blackmailer, criminal coercion, those are all bad players that Liberia needs to get rid of. You know, if we should go to the next level, and as we wait to embrace the new government, we're hoping that all those bad players will be left in 2023, because 2024 is a totally different ball game. And one of the things I would like to see President-elect Boycott does is that they should just get rid of this constitution that is causing all this trouble. You know, that the 1986 constitution is a complete mess. You know, you mean that George Weah is leaving office despite the massive corruption? We can't go after this guy. My people, you don't talk so now. We killed 13 statesmen, 13 decent people in 1980 in the name of rampant corruption. But you have people who never earned $100 a day or a month in their life. Today they own mansions, they own apartment complexes. And the only reward that you can give them is take them from one lucrative job to another. Look at Samora Wotokoli. This boy owns a lot of properties in Liberia. He's corrupt to the teeth. But today, George Weah sends him to where LRA, when Thomas Donald is still in the morgue. He's still waiting to be buried. I mean, how insensitive can one be? Come on now. Because you want to protect your loot, you're sending Musa Dane to the Supreme Court as an associate justice. George Weah, George Manuel Weah. I mean, what did we as a country do to you? Folks, with that, want to get back on the field. I'm told power just returned. The ball comes to Blackmailer. Blackmailer looks around to Bushmate. Bushmate is moving deep in the heart of the field. Then the ball comes to Criminal Coercion. Criminal Coercion looks around. He double shovel. He beats women to sex for jobs. Sex for jobs to political prostitute. Political prostitute to D-hole, cover hole onto Opium King Kong. Opium King Kong looks around. Will he make it? No, he doesn't. The ball has been taken away quickly now by Leprosy Baboon. Leprosy Baboon back to Opium King Kong. Back to Leprosy Baboon. Will he make it? Then the ball comes to George Weah. George Weah, a.k.a. Greedy Hunter, a.k.a. the king of Bushmeat. Bushmeat is moving deep in the heart of the field. He beats one man, beats the second. Will he make it? No, he doesn't. The ball comes to Wire Fraud. Wire Fraud looks around to Money Laundering. Money Laundering is moving deep in the heart of the field. Will he make it? No! The ball is way off target, making it no trouble now to the Liberia national team. Nothing to Liberia, nothing to society else. First, I'm afraid that's all the time we have to be with you. Don't forget to tune in tonight at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and 1 a.m. Liberian time on Ashford Garden Live. Tomorrow will be the final edition of the political soccer game for the week as we take up for this weekend. In the meantime, please allow me to borrow the wordings of the wise men.
Our Liberian people, we choose success.
Take for example, you are on your deathbed, waiting for that last breath to die. The dream, the song that was never produced, the book that was never written, the opportunity you missed out on, the master degree, the PhD you were chasing. You refuse to follow your dream and improve on your dream. And you're on your deathbed. And all those ideas came to you with large, angry eyes and said to you, we came to you. And only you could have saved us. Now look, we are all going to die together. Folks, make good use of a gift. What dream, what idea, what book, what song, what talent? Don't sit on it. Keep working on your dream. Keep working on your talent. Keep working on the gift that God gave you. Don't worry about money. Don't worry about time. Everything will fall in place. God wants you to take that first step, and everything will fall in line. Don't worry about the money. The money will come. You don't have the money, that's fine. Keep chasing your dream. It's called sacrifice. Some people keep 2 jobs, but never let sight of the dream. Don't worry about your age. Today we have a president that is 79 years old. His ambition for the presidency just didn't start a few years ago. It started decades back. He has always had ambition to one day to ascend to that level. Don't be discouraged. One of the best things that you can do today, if you are under the sound of my voice, stay away from negative, toxic, and energy draining folks. They don't mean well for you. Stop telling your business to people. Stop telling your dream to people. Because they can't see it for themselves, they will never see it for you. Believe in yourself and keep working hard at it. And make sure when you fall, land on your back, because when you can look up, you can get up. You have it in you to do so. You have that power. You have comeback power. Or setback is a setup for a comeback. What people think about you and the possibility for your dream is none of your business. But see you blue. Se konwri a epelia. Jira se tukpa yege. Zepon blue na nanja ko me jiraji. He doesn't eat iron, but he's definitely stronger than the lion. Africa's media do extraordinary. When women know you friend black man. Don't see okra and swallow bone because you can't hide your nakedness from Biffy Bucket, the media mogul creator. I'm asked for the giant golly. Have a great afternoon.
I be a golden boy, say ya. I be a yellow boy, say ya. I be a darling club, say ya. I be a golden boy, say ya. I be a yellow boy, say ya.